Okay.
I believe so.
Yeah, you gotta look up your I don't want to bring it up with you. I was.
See, Pine Ridge is trying to change their conference.
Board of directors meeting in December. I told them I gave her 2 days to get those resolutions done.
Somebody got shot outside of file.
Maria,
Huh? Who?
Maria?
Oh, yeah.
And for camera purposes, guys, because last time we had some problems with people hearing the guest speakers. Hello. Hello. Hey, we did have that working.
There it is.
Somebody turn the volume down on that?
Yeah. Sorry, you know, I just.
No, just, you tell me which one.
Right there.
This one.
Hello. Hello. Roy, can you hear me?
Pretty simple. All right, where's Evan at? We got Evan, and then let's get started. It's 10. Okay, it is 10:05 on July 3rd, right? July 3rd, we'll call this meeting to order. Let's take a roll call here. Evan Hawk. Here. Carla Pickner. Here. Roland Hawk. Roland is excused at this time. He'll be in here in a few minutes. He's taking care of some finances. Barry Thompson. Here. Kyle Herkey. Here. And Fabian Hawk. Here. Okay, let's keep this going here. Got a small crowd to start out with this morning. I need somebody to do invocation and William, please. Ronnie, please do invocation this morning. I know I'm gonna have to pass Pat.
I'd like to sing and then the elderly pray.
Yes.
If you're not here, then I'll just go with it.
Yes.
Go ahead. It's Obed. No, you labeled it as Obed. Hey. How'd you turn it on, man?
You help in there.
That's. No, second time.
There you go. It's on.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Okay, you all know that I want to compliment you guys again. Keep it going. It's hard, really hard. That means I'm losing my voice, losing everything to get this good meeting. So I sing this song for all these guys up there. I don't know how many times I sang for them too, and my grandmother produced those. And it says, come God, or whatever you believe in. The little guys really liked my interpretation over there when we had that. I don't know who brought them, but they were little guys when I first. Shadow, we choni eyaka do however you are dressed, pray for us, help us, make the proper decisions for the people, and keep us going. It's really hard. I thank you in your way. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys, okay?
Okay, we've got about 13, listed of 13 guests on here. So we're going to start rolling and we'll keep it going as quickly and as orderly as we possibly can. Please remind everybody, cell phones off. I mean, call council members, no cell phones. Audience, please, no cell phones, so you don't interrupt. The other part is to make everybody understand that we are live streaming this. You are on YouTube and you are on our radio station. So, and we hope to continue this on for a while. So, if everybody take a moment and wave at the camera. One hand, 1 foot, both hands, both feet. That's for Wendy. Wendy enjoyed Captain 11. So. Okay, we will start it out here and keep going. We have, first on our agenda would be Mr. Fred Fred Greycloud. Fred. No Fred. Okay, we will move on to the next subject. James Sazu. James. Okay, we'll move on again. Artist Marshall. Artie Marshall. Nothing. Okay. Kay Coster. And Kay, we have because of the acoustics in here, there's a microphone up there.
Speak really loud.
That way it just helps out. Just click the button on, would you please?
I really do talk loud.
Fine.
Okay.
If you want to do it without the mic, that's
Yeah.
fine.
A couple years ago, I came in and I talked to the council and asked them if I could be a tribal historian and registries, and we could keep it together, and that way if anyone ever wanted to come in and maybe see who they were related to or whatever, that would be a place where we could go. And the council said it was a good idea, and I said, okay, great, all I need is a building, remember? And that was my problem. There's just nothing here where I can start someplace. And I wanted to have it where we could, like if someone came in and said, well, that's my grandma, can I have a picture? We'd have the things there set up where we could make a picture for them and stuff like that. And so I talked to John Beheeler, and he said I couldn't put in for a grant until my boarding schools. I was checking on boarding schools when I was going to school. And I wasn't able to get information unless I had a notarized paper from the oldest living relative. And at that time it was my mom. And so she came up and we notarized the papers and I got the stuff. But I didn't get all the information I needed, and then she passed, and then I didn't know who the oldest living relative was. And so when I came to the meeting, I found out it was my Uncle Raymond. He told me. But that's really complicated for people to do. And so if we could get, I was hoping we could get someone who could maybe go to these places as a tribal historian and bring the information home. They have information in Hampton Institute about every student that went there. They have the same at Carlisle. I know my other grandma went to Rapid City, and I don't know where that information would be. I don't even know if they've kept it. And that's why I asked for that. And I came back today hoping that maybe there might be a building. Did you guys know of where I could get that started?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had multiple requests for buildings. I know the Veterans
Yes.
Association is looking for a building too, and just kind of nothing available right now.
That's what I know. But I wanted to explain to you guys why, if you see that, why I'm down as a tribal historian. And that is the reason.
Okay. Not present. Okay, Candace World Turner. Candace World Turner. Oh, nobody in the hallway. Okay. Robert Hislaw. Robert Hislaw. lot of kids though. Shannon Shields. Morning, too.
Good morning, everybody, and I just want to say thank you for allowing me a little bit of your time this morning. First of all, I just wanted to approach you guys this morning and ask to be. I approached. I guess I gave everybody a printout of our, I'm here on behalf of the Native Yankee softball team. And I gave everybody a request from us, I think about a week or so ago, on our request. I was told by a couple council members if we could wait till next year to be added. As you all know, the Native Yankees have been around for years. I and West Fire Cloud have been volunteering our time with the Native Yankees for many, many years. The Native Yankees have won many tournaments. They were state champions for 3 years in a row. This year we were made aware that the tribal council had accepted a proposal on behalf of our youth. And the Native Yankees group of boys were not included in this proposal. And I guess I'm here on behalf of the boys Native Yankee softball team, and we're asking to be added to that group. I drafted a proposal to Anthony Barker and his organization, and I presented that to him. Also, I was approached by Brenda Kirky this morning. She said she was in town this morning. I guess she's in charge of the coordination of the program. So I guess I need some direction on where to go with this, because I guess I want it to be official, to get the boys included in this year's proposal, if it was accepted by the tribe, because from what I understand, not all age groups were included this year in this proposal, and I guess I would just like to have all the kids involved in this proposal. I will work with Brenda Kirky, I will work with Anthony Barker, I will work with the tribal council, whoever I need to work with to get our Native Yankee softball team included, and whoever else, age group was left out in this proposal. We would like to be included in this year's proposal and the years to come. What I'd also like to request is if we could have a youth committee established, so that in the future we can have maybe people like myself. I can volunteer as I have been doing, sit down with Brenda and Wes and whoever else is involved with getting our youth involved in activities. I mean, we can form a group and include everyone. I would like to have our coaches included. I was also made aware that the coaches for this year are getting stipend pay, and I would also like our coaches to be involved in this stipend pay for this year. If that is possible. If not, I would like to request that none of the coaches receive any stipend pay, because like I said, myself, as far as West Fire Cloud, have been volunteering our time, with these kids, and it's just something that we've been doing, and if you give these kids something positive to do, that's all they want. That's all they ask for. So, with that, that's my first request. The second is, I was given, it says, the vehicle says Crow Creek Sioux Tribe Youth on it. And, for many years, we've been struggling to find a vehicle or vehicles to support, to transport our children to and from these tournaments. And it's a good thing. Thank you to whoever purchased this vehicle for our youth. But what we found out is we have to supply our own insurance for it. And someone like me, you know, a single mother, I can't afford insurance. I barely afford insurance on my own vehicle. I can't afford to put insurance on a tribal vehicle. The insurance on that vehicle for our youth to be able to use.
Did you read that whole policy on that?
No.
Yeah, you need, if you read the policy on it, it actually defines how your insurance works with that. Most people's, even a liability insurance, I was reading through that because when you brought that to me, I start questioning, but okay, how does this actually work? And this was set up prior to us coming along, so kind of following suit of what's been laid forth. But if you actually read it, it actually defines it in there, in your, with your insurance, whether it's liability or full coverage, in there it will state that you can, in your insurance policies can cover that through like a rental. The majority of everybody's insurance does cover having a rental over it. Now the purpose of having them supply their own insurance, you help me out here, Kyle, you were part of this.
If the tribe buys insurance, most insurance, actually I've never seen an insurance not cover a rental vehicle. So you just call your insurance company and tell them, I rented this vehicle from the tribe and taking it to a youth camp, and most likely they usually cover it.
So God forbid something happens, though, that'll come back on me though, right?
Then it kind of puts responsibility back onto the person to be safe with the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a safe person, you know, but
Like,
things happen, you know.
it happens to everybody, and I kind of understand where they went with it. If there has been
I'm a
vehicles,
tribal employee.
there's been so many vehicles that were lent out that were destroyed from people going, oh, I'm safe, and then boom, and then the tribe eats the cost on it all the time. And that's kind of, I think, what the safeguard was, more roundtable on that subject matter, coming up with a different solution. But for now, my idea would be to stay with the policy that's in place for current. What do you think, Evan?
I think that we should discuss it again, have a roundtable about it, because I also see where she's coming from, but then I also see where he's coming from, so, you know, that policy was set before we came in, so maybe us as a whole sit down and discuss it.
Your thoughts, Carla?
It's the same as everything.
Barry?
I think we should discuss it more too, because of the fact that the tribe has an insurance on it, maybe come up with some kind of solution where if they do get in an accident, maybe have their insurance covered and deductible that way, something like that, we can look at that avenue.
Fabian?
Shannon, thank you, like, personal insurance is on that car too, then, if you happens to that car, I raise your premium.
But I also understand what they did. Again, I understand both sides, so I would ask that you, this is my suggestion.
I don't
that
get
you-
paid a lot of money, you guys, so.
I know.
You
I
know, you sign my checks, you
Yeah.
see it, so,
I
you know,
know.
I'm a volunteer, you know, I've
Yeah.
been all these years, and
But at this time, would you give us space so we could talk about it some more? I mean, it's just one of those things, and that's why, like, when you came with the oversight of, I guess, what Brenda came forth with, the idea of the youth activities, and she had a great idea, but sometimes we have an oversight of other activities that might have been going on, and I think that's kind of what happened to the Native Yankees, who were kind of left.
Oh.
Because you were already a standalone group all this time, and I think Brenda's whole idea behind all of this was collectively just everybody. And your standalone group kind of got overlooked to separate you, the Native Yankees, with this. Like, I remember I did help with the Native Yankees before with you too, so they do have place in my heart too, so. But for now, if you would get with Brenda on that portion of it, that would be my suggestion. How do you guys feel? You know, have her get with Brenda and try to incorporate that and kind of modify your budget a little bit, Brenda?
Well, the thing that I noticed with her request was just more of tournament play.
Yeah.
And ours is kind of like a daily activities throughout the week, and then
Can you stand up, please? That way
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Turn the mic on.
like with her request was like a tournaments budget
Yep.
for weekends, and ours is like a daily activities. But I did talk with Shannon, and we kind of came up with a solution for the boys and girls coming together, having practice together, because we don't get that big of a turnout for girls.
Yep.
So if we could work with Wes and do a daily activity with the native Yankees, and that could kind of cover his part as coaching, because I think he was talking about coaching. But then with the request for the state tournament, that's like
That's separate.
yeah, it's kind of not what our budget was planned
Geared
for.
towards, yeah, this is more geared towards the daily activity.
But if we could work it,
Before,
Board, yeah.
and that actually, there's a board member and there's a board member.
and the other thing I would like to request too, is there a form that we can fill out for request for our youth activities ban, or how do we go about that? Because
Actually, there is a form for that, isn't there?
yeah, and where do we get that at the finance, or?
Question.
Good question. I think it's been through the finance all this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Is from where I was told last time, so.
Then I was even thinking too,
Actually, maybe we can move that, keep some of those over here with, down in the HR room.
because I would like to see her, to at least make one trip to swimming for England and McDonald's, and that was a question, was our, insurance and transportation.
And we give this group a lot of credit. They do a lot of round tabling, so to let you guys know, it's not individuals that are
Yeah.
separated up. This group here has taken time to sit with each other, you know, and discuss subject matters, so everybody is on the same page.
Yeah.
So if you'll give us our space and let us talk about that subject.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure I mark that down on that.
So that'd be about around 3 years on. Maybe.
Well,
Check
I'm
back.
not gonna tell you you're gonna get an answer like that, come on
Well,
now.
I'm just kind of estimating the time of
There's
your meeting.
no magic wand.
All right.
What about the, busing? That's
Thank
what I
you,
want,
Stan.
busing.
Ronnie, let us finish this subject here first.
But you could put that in there like that. You'll save a lot of money doing the busing. Oh yeah, this girl's kissing me again,
Okay. That subject's, Shannon, you and Brenda will
Yeah.
finish up the daily activity part of it, and then
Yeah.
as far as tournament goes, we'll have to sit down and try to figure out your full request.
Okay,
Okay?
all right, thank you.
No problem.
So you're gonna wait for them to?
They're working together right now, Ronnie.
You can, like, one kid gets up at 5 in the morning and the other one don't even get up, you know?
To come in front of somebody, I think that's gonna listen to open ears and look at the documents I got. Okay,
Or turn the mic.
nothing personal, I used to get along with him, I think, at
New contract of agreement between this tribe, because we're under 638 high risk. He allowed Brandon, him and Brandon's signature, and same thing here. Brandon took out Sherman Marshall. I could give you these documents. He took him out in 2.2 and put himself over the tribal court. Now, on our code, it says I was appointed. I wasn't selected as a tribal judge. I put in and he said you're going to select me. I give a contract to Brandon and he wouldn't sign Official Branch and other branches of tribal government. How about him putting himself over? He violated that. I tried to stay away from him. He was trying to influence, and I was never selected judge. On March 13th, I gave him a contract. He wouldn't sign it. He said he was going to put on a judgment. Well, he never did. I was entitled to a hearing. He brought charges against me. I'll bring them up. But here, Section 512 says the judge, anybody who, let's see, any person who has a complaint against a judge must file a certified affidavit that's sworn to with the charges. with the secretary of Crow Creek Trainer. You know, that never happened. I'll terminate in a day. But I got some documents here, I believe that was used. You can look at them real quick. I'll give you, pass them around. I'll come right out. I was pressured into writing a request for incentive. I held off long, you know, each cook was a pretty good judge. He watched the budget, he had the court in charge, but Brandon had something against him. He switched us, but each was still getting the judge's pay. I never did get the judge's pay. But I was looking for Washington DC, and I even though I heard Brandon say, go ahead, as long as there's money in the budget, and go ahead and write it, you know, with incentive. I took that as writing it, but I still didn't write it. I should have followed my gut feeling. But I was approached by staff saying, what you worried about? You heard him say, go ahead. And the clerk of court showed you there's nothing budget, not revenue account. But here's the document checks, because I was asked to pre-sign checks because each cook and the acting court administrator, ICWA director, Leanne Pekowski, didn't switch their names on the check signing list. There's 3 of us. I was the 3rd. Clerk of courts was Catherine Cook, the judge, but then Leanne was supposed to take over, and me. And they brought the blank checks to me, wanted them signed for. I said, I'll agree to it. I and Leanne and Catherine, for mates and supplies only. Then the clerk of courts had me sign a few more. She said, yours down to VA. You know, there's emergencies there. But I told him, I stressed, I should have put it in writing. Anything besides supplies and maintenance, you got to bring back to me. If you want to look at that request there, it's $1,400 for 6 staff members. Now we always got 1,000. That's why what Rolling was here. And the year before we only got 5, but instead of writing 2, and it's just a request. But if you look at the figures on the bottom, there's a $1,640 amount. I never wrote that. Comes out to a total of $10,000. I never wrote that. I seen that when the lines weren't drawn through that. Then they said there's me copies. They gave it to me. I wonder why the lines were drawn through that. Then under freedom of information, after this all over, I was supposed to approve anything over 10,000. The whole council approves. I believe that's why that was altered up to 10,000 to set me up to. Here's number 3. That's how Rosewood was taken out. Rosewood was taken out of the finance, watching over to 638. You see that 3.3. All finance went through, all costs of it went through Roland. It's supposed to go to Roland under 10,000. Roland kind of told somebody he never seen that. It was never done. But as far as the documents of them saying that I approved the incentive, I'll show you a voucher here. Usually a voucher was clear in the check to be behind the voucher. Well, this check was for $8,400. Had my pre-signed name on it. I didn't know nothing about it. I fell over when I seen this. This is where all this trouble come through. But this voucher is not even a copy of the check. It's a copy of the receipt of the check where the person who illustrator, here's my signature, the person who actually endorsed this wrote the check's name's blanked out. I kind of got run through the mud here. It says I approved those cash incentives right on there for calls. Where did I approve them? I never approved them. The request is a request. Somebody needs to go back and read the dictionary. And then even that, when I got back from my VA hearing, all I did was write a request. I was told we were approved. I signed for it. And the assistant clerk told me Brandon approved them. Woke me up the day after I come back. Went to work, and the clerk of courts called me up. He said Brandon approved of them. Even then, before I took my incentive, I asked the clerk of courts whose name was on that check. I didn't see that. Whose name was on that check where this cash come from? Christine Reed, the clerk of courts, told me the other 2 check signers. Well, I probably would have asked to show me, but my car was heating up. I had my daughter with me. I always thought it was a fuse to the fan. She corrected me. No, Dad, she said, when you made it to town, went late, the parts store was put. The part you got for your car heating up was a little box. It was a thermostat. But, I always knew it. But it wasn't for that, and them telling me 2 other check. I did all I could. I suppose I could have asked to demand to see the check, but I was in that hurry that day. And Deech Cook, the court, had nothing to do with this. I'm talking for him. All restrictions should be off of him. Because I would ask him, how do you do this? This is the first time I ever wrote a request. He was gone when he come back. We never talked about it. But he said that Christine Reed approached him Monday after he got back, told him to stand by his phone because Brandon was approving the incentives the next day. Monitoring. And then it might even be a tort claim after everything's over. You want to draw Nickwa, he'll say, you want this kid, Leanne come in and say, he wants this kid with this family. I said, well, now we got another judge. Why, you're wasting money? I said, you just perjured the case. I might have decided it that way, but by you talking to me, you're setting it up like I'm violating this, what is it? It says a judge should avoid all contact that violates separation of power. This applies to, even though I wasn't the full judge, you didn't cite it, it says, including part-time judges, temporary, permanent judges, special judges. This applied to all of us.
Right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. You were never convicted of anything that's,
No.
this resolution says?
No.
You were pulled in for grand jury, correct?
Witness.
Witness?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing came about of that?
They indicted the court administrator over me. I mean, I could look in here, in this, even in his new revised, I can make copies, says the judge will be appointed contact. Then you look further in there, and it says the court administrator. Then they sent a revision for the court to revise their budget. It was sent to the court administrator, not me. I tried to go into budget meetings, I'll stop.
Let's stay focused on the first part of your,
Okay.
what you're here for.
Yeah.
Right now, what it sounds like to me is you're trying to clear your name, number
Yep.
one. Number two, you're trying to, and you've presented plenty of facts, a paper trail. Number two is what you're looking at is, and I'm reading this resolution and I don't see where it says you're banded from.
There's another resolution.
Okay.
That-
This is the one, this is the only.
Yeah, this is the one terminating. That's the one
That's the one
supposed
that's
to.
terminating you.
Yeah, and then the other one banned me for, let's see,
Okay.
I had a booth here, but,
And it's banning you from practicing in the courts.
yeah, more or less took my license away. There's people come up, I can't do it full time, but I would sure like to go in there, because you got a prosecutor prosecuting people and nobody to represent them.
I've got that one too.
I know of a fact where a guy got hit and they made him plead guilty.
Okay, let's focus on that, just that right now.
Okay.
Okay, you've presented stuff that, apparently you got mixed up into some kind of trouble with.
By pre-signing the check.
Yes, and there's some litigation that's coming out of it. And
Yeah, I can't go too far, I gotta watch that too.
Okay, apparently, one of the employees there were indicted over this.
Yes, I think over the voucher, really.
Okay, and she's not convicted yet, but
No.
indicted.
Yeah, and I think there's other issues beside the,
My understanding is you, yourself, Christine Reed, and Katie Cook all have been pulled into grand jury for witness.
I don't know about them, I can only speak for myself.
All right. You're requesting at this time because there is nothing that you haven't been convicted or formally charged, you're asking for the ban of you being from practicing in the court system to be lifted, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's focus on that right now.
Okay.
Is everybody up to speed on all of this? Do you understand what's going on?
Basically, let me clear it. Basically, I got suspended from the court over allegations that I was never given a chance. I was guaranteed by the Law and Order Code, by the contract, and by Rosewood's agreement, I was entitled to the hearing. I was never given a hearing to come out and tell you guys, this is what I would have said in the hearing.
That wasn't afforded to you, I can understand that part.
Yeah.
Right now, what you're looking at, you're not requesting no reinstatement.
No, that's going against BIA. I already told them I'm going for a violation of each
This
contract.
has nothing to do with that.
No,
This is
no.
about you practicing
Yes.
in the court system.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody up to speed on this? Okay. I'm gonna do what I've been doing. Fabian, what are your thoughts process going on here?
I think they could reinstate him from practice, because he wasn't charges on
Kyle, what are your thought processes?
Sorry, Roy, the only thing I remember was the termination. I don't remember banning you from there.
Yeah, well, there's a court banning, and then you never gave me a hearing for the termination.
Yeah, I was never involved with the courts. I was just going off of what legal counsel told us.
Yeah, well, he's tied in with Brandon.
Okay, well, right now, let's not
Okay.
focus on Brandon, not to, or focus on anything bad about anybody.
Yeah, that's what I tried to
What I wanna do is
refrain from.
Okay, what I wanna focus is on your request for practice in the court of law.
Yes.
Okay, so,
I honestly don't see a problem with you going in there and representing people.
okay, Barry, what are your thoughts?
When the information is given to me, I think we should lift that.
Roland, you're not caught up on this, so we'll catch you up here. Carla?
That was my feeling, well, since he wasn't given a hearing, we should lift it also.
Evan?
He wasn't charged with anything, I didn't think we should lift that.
Okay, so at this time, do you have a copy of the resolution that's banning you? That's,
Yeah, it's probably my other deal. There's two of them right together. It's right after.
I'd
It's
like
the
to-
number right after that one.
after this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can look that up.
Yeah.
What do you come in and presented that because he's requesting that he practice in the court systems. Apparently, administration last one abandoned him from practicing. He's not asking for. We didn't ban.
Yeah, there's one. There's a resolution right after that. Says, I'll have to find it.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna step away real quick. I will
Okay.
actually pull the next resolution.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Barry, if you just take over and just.
Yeah, they said that.
Give me 5 minutes. I will be right back. Actually, can we hold? Can I give everybody a 5-minute break so you guys can get a cigarette or whatever? And I'll be back. Let me pull this resolution. So I wanna make sure that I'm clarified before we make any kind of decisions, okay?
Just leave it on Drew the whole time.
Then they all leave. And I never did get my stuff.
That's kind of weird.
Mariah, actually, her car blew up. On fire. Yeah, I'm getting old. Just when my little granddaughter gets up there. Oh, there you go. You got change.
That's why I'm coughing.
Are you Sergeant at Arms?
Yeah, no. When you're coach or what?
They even killed him. Change it back.
Glad you're here.
I know you got like 6 more in the car.
Instead of being down in Albuquerque every week.
Yeah.
I never did get mine, man. Where was you at yesterday? That was a drunk girl. 100 and something. We're looking at, I thought you.
What's that again? Oh, yeah, you don't want me to go through that again, do you?
What?
I was talking to Fabian.
So this guy didn't really boils down to this guy. Whole red.
Everybody says it boils down to Pat. He's the infamous man.
Infamous is
Well,
true.
that's not built like that.
Everybody's gotta blame someone, I guess, huh?
No, I was kinda, when I first met him, make pet. Gee,
I don't know, I just.
come back from Marine. What are you doing? We're going in here to get make pet drink. Gee, don't tease me.
Yeah, he's sitting there drinking orange pop and eat barbecue chips.
You do know?
Probably not anymore. It's been closed for 20
Whoosh, no
years.
whoosh though, huh?
No.
But they had a good tournament up, they did have a good tournament.
That Falcon Albers, he's pretty good. I like watching him.
Was you there when that, and your other clerk?
They're high risk, they're over this contract, but they allowed him to.
I can never
They
figure out
allowed him
this
to
guy
use
that.
the funds, these contracts.
He was here a couple times, and then he.
Different
took his whole
opinion,
family
everybody.
and laid him to rest
For the law.
in, what?
Finally,
What they do overseas.
Oh, look.
yeah, I'm not.
They
going
only
to-
have 2 kids.
What
In
I'm
Europe?
saying is the BIA, the government should walk this right.
No,
It's high risk. They allowed it.
Or he's. They had an
The contracts, there's contracts. Then yours, they allowed him to do it, okay, so I mean, you're following what he's done to it.
Hear that, they went right through that order. Stomach.
That's the hurt, you sit, sit in front of the living room of his house and.
Oh gee, another girl.
I mean, it's,
I thought you quit.
I didn't quit, they terminated my contract.
And in court you talking to another girl who looks just like you.
I was?
So I was all mixed up.
I think the attorney in the private practice attorney, I know, and they all get a situation at some point because it always changes administration to these guys. It's just.
Hang in there, Roy. You got me all messed up.
It happens
Law
to
order,
all.
man.
Yes, sir, got all my
I just wish
documents.
that, I was able to.
Really keep
When they
going.
didn't sign off, I talked to a
Is this just?
certified public accountant, I can't say nothing about grand jury, but talked to a certified public accountant, and when we got done, it's, need your signature. So you can give me a copy? He said, no, I can sign in it. I need your signature. You gonna let me read it? He said, no.
I mean, haven't
Now, how crazy you think I am? You're talking to me because I signed documents without reading them and pre-signed. And you expect me to do that with you? I ain't signing it.
She's doing her business right back here when we're talking about.
Maybe you run across, he's got them on beach in but it might have been in a letter, but something there, it said relates to me. Was I couldn't, and then, the judge up there told people.
I'm not coming across nothing.
Okay, so I'm allowed to practice.
Let us come back in session, come out of recess. I
So
will
that's your sister?
take care of this from there.
My sister?
You
I don't
had-
have a sister here.
Well, you had,
know
in
about
that
that.
court in Chamberlain, the two of you look just
I
alike.
have nothing.
Well, who's that?
Maybe I didn't.
No,
No, I
in
thought it was
resolution
Spanish
form.
or Italian
In
girl out
fact,
there
he
too.
said the judge said I couldn't go with.
I quit.
500 feet of the.
Good.
Should I ask him if I can
We're got afternoon.
See, now, it's their meeting, they run it however they want.
Wouldn't be a whole lot, but
I'm not on
I'm
that.
dreaming about it. How about?
Let us come back out of recess and we'll get you taken care of.
be of assistance?
So who's in charge of the court system?
No clue.
You guys all have a, this is an early check, guys.
I ain't,
Today.
they don't wanna do it.
Yeah,
Maybe because of.
Oh, for your office? Okay, I thought you meant paycheck. No.
I had 10 people come up to me.
$30.
I'm
sorry.
Up at the higher
Wait,
ranks
what
of
is
the
it for?
BIA.
Take
Off
over on
you,
this
you
side
said.
right here.
Okay,
Them off.
I can get that done. I thought you were just.
The guy who signed that contract was wrong, because the bureau's supposed to watch it. We advise you to turn that into Office of Inspector General. Hell, that's Pat, I get along with him. I'm just trying to get practice back there, so I ain't gonna turn nobody in. I'm just trying, no, I'm not going, I'm
Right, I was
going
going
to.
down that.
I said,
I
no.
encourage you to pursue whatever.
No, the contracting officer in Aberdeen, who I go against.
Yeah,
Who is that? What's his name up there?
Her name is Chris Ann Stevens.
Mariah?
But I
Over the contract.
I
They
encourage
pay
you
me,
to pursue
yeah, I'm
whatever-
still, I'm going after my money.
Yeah.
I can get nobody in trouble, and it's more politics than anything.
When that happened?
About 2 weeks ago.
Up in Pier or where?
Yeah, going down that Big Bend. Where you take the girls. Gee, this is what I'm talking to.
I know, but
Can you dance?
You?
Yeah, not now I can't, but usually. But then, I kind of pity that she's speaking Carl.
No one showed you that?
Jeez.
I was called over.
She have insurance?
Yeah,
Oh,
we just got it.
she's working on the clinic, isn't she?
Yeah. Good worker.
Huh?
So far.
So far.
Yeah.
When they fall in love like that guy was.
Yeah, I think they.
You have to study the human
One wrath on
race.
that one, yeah.
But that thing's really gonna change us, I think. And then, really, where's she going with it? That's my little girl to get up and check.
Even if you showed me that,
I don't need to get on it.
because their name's blacked out, if no one's ever seen my name. I think
We go to school in the hospital, people come in on a lot of divisions between there and here.
The faster we get through this.
See, she's holding, I got evidence right there.
Okay, let's see, where is?
What's that?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be down here instead of getting up
Me and, Carla, like, emotion.
6 in the morning like that.
Yeah, we make a resolution that you guys have decided to take.
Yeah, I would.
Ro might wanna move.
20
Oh,
miles
roll,
a day.
let's stay where you're at.
Did you ride the bus for a while? Then you go to St. Joe's and then.
Right there. Sit right in the front there for that.
But the kids from St. Joe's and up here Livingston, they like it at home. I mean, that's a school rather than at home. I'll miss you at the city hall.
I was probably thinking this before.
All right, we're gonna come out of recess here. Hang on, no one's ready there.
Okay, still going.
Am I on TV now?
Okay, come out of recess here, you wanna start this for me again? All right, thank you for being patient for the 5-minute recess here. Gave me a chance to go and check. Roy, there is no resolution that we have on file that states that you are banned from practicing in the courts. I do not, if there's a letter that's written, I'd like to see it produced.
There's one on tree stop, but that's the only one.
That's the only one I came across, is one on tree stop. So there is no anything that I have seen in place as official notification that you cannot practice in the court, Crow Creek tribal court system. So, and to me, from what I've been dealing with the court system so far, I think we need anybody we can to help defend our locals. So.
Okay, but closing, I was gonna say, the way this tribe got into this high risk was, their 638 money was taken. I got a document on that for taxes. Now, the tribe's got that cleared up a long time. I don't see why the tribe can't get their 638 back fully, administer it, so we don't run into these types of problems. To me, I don't care if the BIA didn't do their job in this. They didn't supervise somebody, and I ended up getting run through the mud. So, but that's what BIA Aberdeen was supposed to keep a hold on this. But I don't, and I'll support any move to bring up my situation. The tribe right now needs to get their tribal contract back, administered.
Roy, I have taken liberties to write a letter to Mr. Patrick Duffy here requesting the court system as far as the 638 contract. I will wait for official response.
I'll support you on that. They didn't do their job on this. They end up creating more chaos than what they're trying to clear.
Well, we are making steps and movements to try to correct some of this.
Okay, with that, thank you guys.
There's no magic fix to it.
Okay. Reason I did, it was told me of reliable sources that the judge says I couldn't go within 500 feet of the courthouse, and staff there was saying I was banned for embezzlement. I never embezzled nothing. Here's a man right here, Roland, got on council. There's a young boy had to go out to mental hospital. Tried no money and everything. Roland got a van. Then director Jackie Estes jumped in with some money in his own pocket. Nobody to the police, IHS, nobody go to help hold a little kid. I went as prosecutor. I and Jackie spent our own money. I used my credit card. Never got reimbursed. Never asked to. I won't steal nothing. That ain't the only time I helped this out. And when I was at the VA, I go on a big VA case. I told somebody, why would I steal $1,400? I didn't. I helped anyway. But Roland knows we used to get $1,000 a year. The year before we got 15. I should have been more precise, but I wrote that thing up real quick, that request. And those figures are altered on the bottom.
Well,
Okay.
At this time, you can practice. We
Okay.
have no problem with you practicing in the courts. There's nothing that bans you from there.
Okay.
Prohibits you from practicing. And as we move forward, I'm hoping that the court system will get better as we get moving on.
Oh, okay, again, this is not me requesting to be reinstated, because I got a breach of contract going full reliance against the BIA when I get my documents filed, and that was the last, I probably, from listening here, you know, Brandon and Kyle probably weren't properly showing all the documents, you know.
Lester, I'm not on your,
No, you'll sit down and wait.
I'm not on your list, but I.
Okay, well, you just wait.
I am.
Robert Hislop. Nobody. Okay, that will conclude our agenda for the day. I will open it up briefly for other business. Podium's open for, briefly for guests.
Good morning. Good morning, Ashley.
Good morning. Nina. What are you here for?
I'm here for because I would like some answers from the past council, but I think this is something that needs to be remedied right away because I shouldn't be getting $1,000 bill for 1 month, and I paid two different accounts, one for $9,003 and one for $9,005. But the casino did take out all of the payment that I made, and the information is all over there. But I also got questions about the enrollment practices and the land dealings that
I told you to be point specific.
I am. These are point specific, and I want to just address all of them. I have all the black and whites to prove it. I asked you to get a hold of me before you got.
When you get a hold of me. I told you I'm in my office every day. Come on over.
No, listen to you at housing before you because I don't. I asked you to
I'm
come
in
see me
my
before.
office every day.
But I have the dollar store stuff that was written by Pat Duffy saying that he went to figure it out. He turned himself into prosecution. I got the plans. It was supposed to be a 5-year deal. Now it's a 1. I believe this is hazardous to all the people here. We don't know about Freedom Cummins. We don't know about, the people don't know that are folded over that to members that are not members, non-members. I got everything in black and white. I went over to legal aid. They don't know what to do.
Okay, well, actually, if you're bringing up the Constitution, we already started talking about the Constitution.
Okay, can you read that first
Well,
paragraph?
first of all, let me explain something. Now, you jump from one subject to another to another. That's why I said be point specific about what you're going to talk about.
Crooked dealings by the council then.
Okay. Now, you're saying that what you're bringing forth is changes that were made to the Constitution, right? This is.
Let me ask you this: when you were sworn into office, is that what they read to you when you had up your head? No, it isn't. It isn't.
This is the older version of the Constitution, correct? That's what
Let me
you're
read
bringing
it.
to. I'm asking you a question.
No, I'm not going to answer it. I want it to be known to the people that were getting misused.
We are forming a Constitution committee to start addressing some of this stuff, to help us address it. Okay?
Does the council have a +1?
What's that?
Does the council have a +1 that they've hired to help?
We didn't hire nobody yet.
Was there somebody last year?
I wouldn't know last year.
Was there no last year? The per council?
What?
For what?
For the tribe, for tribal business, for land, basically.
There's someone hired?
Yeah, because and the reason why I'm saying this is I'm saying I got my land papers that I got $250,000.
First she came in there and said that somebody was taking money out of her card out of the ATM.
And it is a
The casino does not have control who she gives her PIN number to take out.
Well, not
She
as
went and she said that they took out money out of her.
Last time you came over, you spoke to me and Christine outside. You said you were gonna come by. So you never came by, and so what are you doing with the court? Because just to.
What am I doing with the court? I am starting to change the court. Okay, have you received your letter?
I did.
Okay, I will deal with you on that.
Okay. What does that mean?
You have received your notice, Gina, of 30 days of termination of your contract, just like your contract gives for.
Right.
Okay? There has been so much.
There, I never took any money, and I'm the
It
only
ain't
person
about
that's
taking
consistent
money and stuff.
from their
It's
5 days a week.
about the chaos that you continue to cause over there.
For example, I don't know what you're talking about.
You have been talked about your court etiquette, one of them. Yes, multiple times.
I mean, talking to defendants.
You have a problem with listening. You have a problem with listening.
You asked me to find a public defender.
I asked you to
I
find a
did.
public defender. Yes, you did. I asked you also to start, you keep continually cause chaos in people's court cases. You refuse to deal with any type of civil cases. You're backed up on civil cases. You continuously aggravate the judge too at the same time. You continuously do not follow court procedure, a set procedure. You jump from one to the next.
Your ICWA stuff. So, I mean.
And you want me to get into ICWA, how many cases you botched? Some of your actions.
You haven't spent one day at the courthouse.
I've
I'm
spent
not sure.
enough time with you over there.
You haven't come one day.
Yes,
at the
I
court.
have.
To sit all day in the
I have
courtroom?
sat with you long enough to deal with your mishaps, your screw-ups, and I'm not gonna deal with them anymore. Start doing that. You don't worry about that. Right now, you have botched enough. We are done with our conversation between you and I at this point.
I'd like to know how you're taking my name
I
off your
will
state court stuff.
sit down and get it done.
Okay, well, you need to file a motion to enter, to withdraw then.
Yes, I will.
I'd like to see you do that and with a state court judge, because my name is all over your ICWA stuff.
I will, because you have botched enough. Now, we're done with dealing with her as I'm going.
Did you pray before the service?
Yes, we have. Now, let's move forward. Is there any other?
This would be the good quick government now, just by the improvement in the process. So basically, trying to get a lead service or on social security. How's the health board doing over there? Are you guys still on that or?
Actually, I and Barry are still part of the health board. We both stepped down on it. Walton, and then we are adding Carla to it. And then there's the decision, Rosie's the chairman now and Doug's the vice chair. Ronnie, I'll give you one spot here as soon as Rick's done, just because he can get up, move faster. No disrespect to you, I'm being respectful that I want you to stand up, so, and you don't have to come to the podium as Grant or Ronnie.
I'll bring it to Mike. Just one thing on our approach out there. You guys basically know all about the land situation out there at Mom. We're having a little trouble with our approach out there. Need help with the drive, building it actually. Can't do it with the shovel anymore. Rather than getting too hard and I'm getting too old.
Are you requesting gravel and?
I don't know, maybe that could help me with that. They built a nice project, they cut us off on it.
Yeah.
We've been using a makeshift approach to it, but you've been on it.
Yeah.
Super rough, dirt, and yeah, you just can't get in and out. It's mud. I don't know if the BIA would try to help us build a new approach to it. I don't know what their intentions are on the court case coming up on it, dealing with the 2.5 acres of the land to
the home site.
Yeah. We're still waiting for a court date. It's been a 40-year battle with this. Hopefully this term, this administration can finally get it resolved. Another thing is noxious weed control. Is there anything can we do anything about that? Can EIA address some of those issues, or with all the thistle growing out there? It's on tribal land. It's also on ours too, but yeah, it's getting bad out there. You can take a drive out east and go down Bad Nation Hill, look on the north side of the road, clear from that.
Crow Creek's the same on the BIA road all the way out.
Is there any sort of weed control that they're doing with the leases or whoever leases it? Are they doing any weed control along with it? Are they giving them any spray to try to help take care of it?
What piece are you talking about?
We're almost all over. Ours out there in that nation. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say come over. I mean, come over after the meeting. We'll discuss that. But yeah, we do. We give chemical to make sure the land is treated.
So is there something done on that? Pat, if they're leasing the land and they're not coming and getting it and spraying it, is there a letter sent to the leaser or something? Or?
Well, I'll address that one because some related matters. So.
Okay.
Is that like a violation or at least some if they don't do it?
That's why I was asking it.
After it's too, I just bought one, it's like $90 just for like a little quart to concentrate. I can't afford it. It's too narrow. You can't even get a horse trailer through it.
And narrow. When I was in the housing, when I had gone out there to help with marking the property, we almost got stuck in his driveway there. So, is there anything that the Bureau can do to help with the road?
You know, this comes up at every council administration, basically driveway. you all know the policy, the BI, that can't spend money on driveways. But what we do partner with the tribe. So if the tribe takes a lead on a project, we will assist on those. Historically, what it's been is the tribe would purchase gravel, they'd haul it to the site, then we would come in and lay it out with our blades. So as long as the tribe takes the lead on it, we will partner with the tribe.
Could the,
Is the culvert wide enough though? If we put gravel over it, it'd be wide enough.
Patrick, you had brought up a collaboration between the tribe and last council meeting, we talked about purchasing gravel. The problem that we have right now is we cannot haul it, we don't have a way of hauling it. Would the Bureau be willing to step forward and help with equipment to haul gravel so we can start addressing some of these?
We can assist, but the last two projects we've done, as you know, Roland, is that when you purchased it from Preve, he hauled it for you.
Yeah, Preve could haul the gravel for us.
But as far as
probably
the spread and
the dirt and whatever has to go down.
how about I do this, that way you know where you're purchasing the gravel, you know where that's coming from, you know what to do with the cane and the dirt. Barry, can I have you step in and help follow through on this project?
That could actually get it
that way you can collaborate with Pat on equipment, anything as far as equipment uses, spreading it, you can coordinate with Roland on the purchase of the gravel and the dirt. Hopefully get some kind of result.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Got it?
Okay,
All right, Ronnie.
Okay, mine is just,
You could sit, you don't even have to get up, Ronnie, we can hear
okay, you're
you.
getting my train of thought back to just sitting. Good. I said, okay, let me find out and see where we're at. Because this is where I'm at with that, but I didn't know we were going to go into all these other subjects. But the main focus is Powell, the main, yes, you know, as we're known for that, and softball now.
Powell.
Yeah.
We're already talking with Brenda. She's
Okay,
gonna
that's
run
good.
hers on Friday and Saturday, and we're gonna start after she's done. So,
It's full of weeds.
yeah, we gotta start working on the field. So, we already talked with Brenda about it. So.
Okay, that's good, that sounds good, and financial grows every day.
Yeah,
But it's
you
good,
know,
okay, thank you guys.
Okay. One subject that I wanna ask Pat about, and I know Barry brought it up. Pat, we had asked about the road that went into the school on the old campus.
Max Corner.
Max Corner.
Mm-hmm.
About the repair of that culvert, and getting the road repair. Is there any progress on that?
Actually got some good news for once.
For once? Okay.
Yeah, the bid opening was last week, it was Thursday, so there was 5 bidders, 4 or 5, but anyway, they evaluated the bids, I got the bids back yesterday, so in the process of contacting the level bidder, trying to schedule it. So there will be a pre-con, hopefully we're trying to schedule a pre-con within the next week, we'll hopefully here, and you're all welcome. When I find out about it, I'll let you guys know, you're all welcome to be there.
So they're gonna try to get that done before school starts?
Well, I've been trying to get it done for 2 years, but it's gonna depend on the contractor's schedule at this point, particularly this late construction season. Yep.
There's 2 things that when we had our school board meeting, there's 2 things we were worried about. First of all, we're supposed to have an emergency exit. Second thing is that they have to go up and pick up the mail up at Max because they can't change their route for mail service, so those are 2 problems that we're having right now.
Sure. Yeah, well, like I said, hopefully the pre-cons next week, and then you guys did.
Thank you, Pat.
Yep.
All right, this concludes our agenda for the day. Did you have anything else?
Just a few things. Barry had a question. You got a letter, Lester, the regional office has consulted with the tribe on the grazing resolution.
Yes.
Pretty short turnaround, July 13th, they wanted comments by, with the proposing for the allotted ground. So if you guys have any comments, and if you have any more questions, please get with me. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and Barry had a question. I really want to take a deeper dive into these land issues with the council, with the new administration, to find out what your priorities are, because it's impossible to do everything. I mean, so we want to make sure we hit what you guys want, what you prioritize. And it gets difficult when changing administrations, you know, you get different priorities. You know, one of them looks like the tribe is considering basically giving those back to Big Bend. And I'm still working on the analysis so I can give that to you guys so you can make an informed decision. So I just want to learn what this current administration's priorities are. If noxious weeds is one, well certainly that.
Do that, do they jeopardize their land lease or anything?
Yeah, and at least they do, and leases can say whatever we want them to say. It's just that, like I said, we have one lease compliance person, and we cannot enforce every single provision. So that's why I want to find out what your guys' priorities are. So as long as they're not doing damage to the land, you know, we're not going to get, and as long as they're paying the rents, you know, we don't get too much into their business. So another thing all these things say is that subleasing's not about, if you're gonna, you know, you have to get approval, but no one does. Everybody's gone on, and everybody knows it. You know, the tribe generally hasn't requested to enforce that provision, so we don't go down that path. I mean, so we want to prioritize what you guys want to prioritize. So if we could schedule a meeting within the next week or so, we sent that letter to the tribe this past spring, and we send that every year showing what the expiring leases are. Let's start there. You know, what is it you guys want to prioritize? So because it's tough to do everything.
Mr. Director, can I ask you a question? Okay.
I need some gravel, I need some gravel, I need some gravel.
From the 16th down, we've got open dates, except for the 18th.
Yeah, anytime.
16, 17, we're gonna be busy.
Oklahoma.
67 school.
Looking at the 19th.
It's just a proposal at this time. 4786 and Great Canadian Land 5114.
What's your thought on that? You think we should raise that?
Yeah.
I just got a chance to read the letter this morning, but I think they should be equal, because I mean, whether it's a lot of land or trust land, tribal land, I just think they should be equal.
Yeah, and that's what kind of been a common practice has been, is matching whatever and I'm surprised it is that.
Yeah, and so when we take this deeper dive, and I'll show you this, and I give the tribe
The bad part is you gotta have an answer by the 13th.
Basically, if you don't oppose it, you just don't respond. Or you can say, yeah, we support this 100%. And we could get that extended if you want. Generally, here's the deal, the tribe has never commented. I've been here 13 years, the tribe's never commented anyway. They've just, you know.
Accepted the increase?
Accepted the increase because it's an increase.
Yep, it's a benefit to the landowner. So yesterday you asked about the grazing resolution. So I brought the one, you asked about the last time in your office. So here's the resolution, and there was no permit at the time. And here's the current resolution. So again,
We usually do.
we can take a much deeper dive into this.
I want to reread it before I say anything. Like I said, I know what I wrote years ago. I want to see what was changed. Because I wrote provisions in there about water, land improvements, so put a permanent watering source on our tribal trust property. I want to see if that's still in there.
I can tell you it's not. And that's what we talked about, changing administration, changing priorities.
Everybody changes their priorities.
Yeah, so I want to make sure I know what this current administration's priorities are.
Just yesterday, the discussion we had on that water line. One of the things I talked to Lester and someone about, we asked you to check into some things legal wise.
Yep.
Because what if we run into a point where, let's say it's fine?
It hasn't been tested yet. The one I shared with you, you know, basically that person didn't own land on the reservation, and there was a tribal court order that he wasn't have to come back. But that one that's a different animal. It hasn't been tested anywhere. And I've been looking at these things for years just to see if it comes up. It just hasn't yet.
Because you have to keep in mind that like Lester said, there's that imaginary exterior boundary of the reservation.
It's not imaginary. It's there.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. So I did a quick search yesterday. I couldn't find anything. I did a quick search this morning. I talked to an attorney last night, and I emailed an attorney this morning. Just kind of worked on these issues, just to get their input and give me some direction. Because I haven't found anything yet that.
In using their own land to remain at a base rate.
So
I know it was done before to Indian owners. That was years ago though, before all the subleases started going on. And the second question is, what about all the fee ground that the DIM, it's nothing to do with fee, right?
Correct.
So like Lamass ground now, I never saw a lease on it. I don't know who's getting the money, but I kind of like oversee the property now. So I'm gonna follow what you get approved for back that whenever I find whoever has a lease on it.
Sure. And again, as you know, we talked about this yesterday, that land's in fee. We don't have jurisdiction to it, so.
Oh,
But your first question.
What?
Your first question is basically, the landowner sets the rate, whether it's tribal or individual. So if you got an individual owns all their land, yeah, they set the rate. And if it's a fractionated tract where there's multiple owners, then the majority set the rate. But the minority owners still have to get fair annual rental. So they still have to get paid. So if the majority want to waive theirs, the ones that don't want to waive, they still got to get paid. So, and I share this with every administration because that always comes up, you know. The BI's responsibility is to the landowner, not to the lessee. And there's a decision on it. I'll leave that with there. If anybody else want a copy, we'll make a copy for all of them. Yeah, so even if the lessee is an Indian, a tribal member, our responsibility is to the landowner. So we follow what the landowner wants.
Can I ask you a question?
Because I'm just saying it's not in our jurisdiction. But I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Now, when you say it's best for the people, per se, I get my land papers and it says I got fractionated individual, but then I get another one that says I'm getting a payment and I should have got my payments for 7,000, 8,000 for lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't ever get a payment.
So I'm gonna.
Where do those go?
Yeah, I'm gonna extend, Chairman extended an offer to meet for information. We'll sit down and talk about it. Okay.
All right, that concludes our open floor at this time. We have other issues that we have to address today. Apparently, I will be sitting with Tina here for a little bit. I will be sitting with other individuals through the afternoon. So I will look to adjourn this meeting. Need a motion for adjournal. A motion by Kyle, a second by Evan. All in favor of adjourning this meeting? Carried unanimously. Thank you very much for those who attended. Thank you very much for those that in keeping it orderly. I appreciate that. Again, we continue this on. I like using this live feed so other people that don't get to visit, get to see what's going on and deal with it. I want to continue this. So let's keep it clean, keep it good. Move on.
Well, do we have a clerk of courts? Do we have court system too?
Yes, we do. Okay. Thank you very much, people. Bye, public.
Do you want to set a date?